I'm going to show you how drills just like that are going to improve your skill exponentially when it comes to ball striking. The thing is, you spend so much time thinking about technique, where your body needs to go, where your hands need to be, or maybe you're thinking about the target. But the thing is, contact is king. And when you learn to train where you hit the ball on the club face, control the low point, heel, toe, whatever it might be, it's going to help every facet of your ball striking, from driver all the way through to wedges. And I'm going to show you how you can do it and have some fun. All right, the first thing we're going to cover is low point control. What is that? Basically, the golf swing is a circle, all right? And depending on how well you maintain that circle and where you strike the ball relative to that circle is basically the low point of the golf swing. With an iron, we want to be getting the ball first, then the turf. So the bottom of the circle is just past the ball. With a driver, we want the bottom of the circle to be hitting up. And that's the goal. So it's very easy to talk about that and look at swings and mechanics that you need to do to accomplish good striking and good low point. But you know what? You are more than capable of, even with a crappy swing, you're more than capable of hitting these type of shots. But you've got to give yourself a chance to learn what it feels like, what's good, what's bad, okay? And that's what we're doing today. So that's all we're going to cover, in essence, is some drills to get better at controlling the low point. All right? So the first one we're going to do is catching it clean. All right? Now, how might you catch it clean? It just means we're just brushing the grass. Okay, so we're just brushing the grass down here. That's the low point. And the goal is to make sure that even when we set up, that we are not necessarily going to take a big divot. We're not going to thin the ball. We are just going to get it clean. And you can practice with a 7-iron, a 5-iron, whatever, because this is good for long irons. But we want low point control just to be able to brush that grass, okay? Now, if you screw it up, that's fine. But the next one we're doing, this is all about feedback, right? So the next one we're going to do is actually taking a bit more of a kind of heavy divot, and you can think of this as like Goldilocks. So what might I do to feel like I'm going to really get that ball first and take a chunkier divot, or maybe get the ground a little bit before, so it just is a little bit heavy. I'm not going to fat it too much, but I'm going to have a feel of just kind of getting down into the ball just a little bit more. All right, so let's see if I can give myself some feedback. What feels do I need? Perhaps a little bit more shift down. I'm lowering that sort of plane, an angle of attack, a little bit steeper. There's the feels that I want. So I'm going to work my way back, and I take a divot, okay? Little bit sort of chunky, as you see there. All right, so now I've got a reference point. So now I want to try and get it just right. Not too clean, not too heavy, where we're getting the ball and then the turf. That's the idea. That's all I'm trying to think about here is, that's my objective, to get that. And I got the ball and turf wonderfully. So there, I wasn't thinking about mechanics really at all. I was just trying to educate the feels. And you might think, well, I don't have the ability to do that. Just try it, all right? Just try the low point control and see how you do. It's as simple as that. And it's going to give you a better measure for what it feels like to get the contact for that low point. Now, we're going to go on to something that's all about the strike and hitting it out of the center. So what you're going to need is perhaps like a foot spray, sunscreen, whatever it might be, and we're going to spray it onto the club face. This is going to give you visual feedback. So again, you can educate yourself. So what we need to do is basically spray the club face like this, all right? Get a nice little layer. Now, obviously this is going to affect the spin somewhat, but we're going to strike some shots with this, noticing whether it comes out the heel, toe, toe or center. So the first one, it doesn't matter whether you try heel or toe, I'm going to go toe first. Now, it doesn't mean I just set up out of the toe. I'm actually going to try and set up out of the center, but I'm going to try and have a bit of adjustment so I do strike it out of the toe. I'm not going to try and do it catastrophically, but just a little bit of minutia. And again, I'm just trying to see what my swing feels like to create that sensation. And we can see here, okay, that yes, I got a bit of divot, but I caught it out of the toe, right? And I could sense that. So what we do now, obviously, because that's worn off, we spray it again. Oops, at least the grass isn't going to get sunburnt. Now we try it out of the heel. So we are going to try now the same sort of swing, but just to hit it out of the heel, okay? That was extreme out the heel, but I got it right out the heel, as you can see here. And it was actually almost a little bit out of the hosel, which was kind of like a semi-shank. I didn't actually enjoy that because it was too extreme. So I'm going to be a bit brutal and try it again and just try and make a swing where I'm just catching it a fraction out of the heel. What did I do there? Okay, a little bit better there, a little bit out the heel. Now, the objective is to hit one out of the center. So now the goal is to try and hit it out of the center. And I did. I got it there. A little bit out of the bottom, but it was out of the center. So I'm going to try again. I'm going to try again and get the strike that I want. A little bit hard to tell, but I did get it there, okay? With the sunscreen on the club face, it's a little bit tough, okay? Especially if you haven't sort of played for a little while or warmed up much, and you might be like, I just don't have that feedback. This is going to give that feedback to you. So when you're out on the golf course, you've got the skill to make those sort of adjustments and sort of know what it feels like to hit out the toe, to hit out the heel, to hit it out the bottom, whatever it might be. This is going to assist you a great deal, and it's a little bit of fun. It's challenging, can be annoying, but it's worth it. Now, I'm going to show you how you can educate yourself to get a nice, smooth strike with a driver. So, for the driver, to improve the driver, you don't even need to use this. You just need a wedge, okay? Lee Westwood uses this drill. I used to do a variation of it many years ago, and I'm going to show you what it is with a wedge. You need a T-peg, a ball, and a little bit of understanding about what we're trying to accomplish. So we're going to tee up the wedge extremely high. If I was just to sort of hit down on this, it would just pop up and only strike the T-peg. We want to be actually getting it perfectly clean, and that's the type of strike where we want to just be clipping it off the top of that T-peg. What this is going to do is train you to stay a little bit more level. We don't want to be dipping down too much. We don't want to be changing that circle, okay? We set up with that circle in so the upswing is just by our sort of left ear, our left chest, or lead chest rather, so then we can strike up on the ball. But this is a bit of tough love to do it with a pitching wedge. It's the same feeling, and we're not necessarily trying to thin it, we're just trying to get it super duper clean to be able to get the strike that we want. And that's it. You might be surprised after a few times how good it feels just to sweep that off. And I would suggest you hit at least 10, 20 with the pitching wedge off the tee. Then you can graduate to the next level, which is using this. The next level is using your 3-wood, but we're doing it off a very high tee, again, to stay level, to sweep it off, to train you properly with a bit of meanness added to it. So, same again with just as we did with the pitching wedge, we're going to tee it up nice and high. Now, it's going to be very easy. I'm got a little bug there. But it's going to be very easy to sort of get underneath this. But the goal is just to hover, to stay level, all right? And to hit a smooth shot just off the tee, clipping it, a nice smooth swing. And you can practice that a few times. A high tee. Only objective is to sweep it off there. A little bit off balance, but I swept it off, okay? And the funny thing is, I'm not thinking about swing positions or mechanics. I've just got a simple objective with any of these drills. And it really does remove you from thinking about too much or overcomplicating it. That's the task, to hit it out the heel, the toe, sweep the wood, whatever, okay? But try this, and I promise you're gonna see better ball striking results. So there we have it. Very simple drills that are gonna help your ball striking. If you liked it, let me know. If you didn't, let me know. If you're gonna try it, put your feedback down in the comment section. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe if you want to, but there's a free series and a free link that's going to help your distance effortlessly if you follow it below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.
Bloopers! Bloopers.
Let me just hit one shot.
Nope. They've seen enough of you. They actually are kind of sick of you. Are you talking?
Okay, go on then. Oh, Lord.
That was literally so good. What the heck? Sorry for my golf attire. Stand back. Back, bucko.
I mean, you're shaming my instruction with that golf swing. The problem is she doesn't listen to me. Go on then.
I don't have to listen.
And your band-aid is hanging off.
Okay. So good. Let me know your feedback with those mean. So I'm gonna give you some of my golf tips.
How about you just stick to the video?
How to be more like Lexi golfing.
Stick to the videography. How about we do that instead of golf?
So you're gonna no. You're gonna what's this called? Squat down. Don't look directly in the sun. That's how my mom says you get wrinkles. So you don't want those under eye bags. Okay, bye.